On April 24th, 2 years ago, Miss Goble left work and was basically never seen again. On the 26th, she was reported missing to the Kanawha County Sheriff's Office. We did an extensive investigation, talked to many people. The detectives worked extremely hard on this case. One of the individuals they talked to on several occasions was a subject I'll discuss in a minute that's been charged in her murder. The individual, this morning, we received a call along with State Police. State Police, Sheriff's Office, and Chesapeake Police Department responding to a report of a possible body being found in Chesapeake on Ohio Avenue. State Police responded on the scene. They're doing the investigation, and I'll let the sergeant speak about that as far as the body goes at the Ohio Avenue location in Chesapeake. As a result, we gained information that this was the same individual that our detectives had talked to on several occasions. They responded down to where he works currently and worked at that time at Kelly's Men's Shop. They picked him up, brought him to our headquarters, and he gave a confession to our detectives. We do not have confirmation, and again, I'll let the sergeant talk about that in reference to the remains. But he has confessed to the crime. We're in the process of finishing up our questioning of him, and he'll be arraigned shortly in magistrate court on the charge of first-degree murder. And the individual that has been charged with that crime is Charles March, Mr. Charles March, and like I say, he's an employee of Kelly's Men's Shop, where Miss Goble was employed at the time of her disappearance, and he worked there at that time also. So, like I say, he'll be arraigned shortly in magistrate. If you have any questions about that part of it, I'll be glad to answer it.
Can you elaborate further on, I mean, was their relationship just a working relationship, or?
That's still in the process. We're still working some stuff out. We're going through his confession, the information he's given to us. But we, like I say, we're still working on that. So I really wouldn't want to speak about that right now until we know for sure.
And what exactly did he confess?
He confessed that he indicated that he strangled her and dismembered her body the next day. And that's really about all I can get into right now.
Sheriff, was that property, it's in the yard of his home, was that property ever checked? Do you think the body was buried sometime later?
As far as I know, he was only questioned because there was no real evidence to directly link him to any suspicion that he actually did anything to her. But he was questioned at least on 3 occasions that I know of. And and again, I'll let the sergeant talk about the remains at the location up here. But we had no hard evidence to be able to go and get a search warrant prior to this. So.
Why today, 2 years later?
Excuse me?
2-year anniversary yesterday. Why today? Things out?
A family member found what he believed to be human remains, and he was very upset about it. And he called in because he knew that his father worked at Kelly's and that Miss Goble had been missing. He didn't know, whether they were animal or human or what. He just knew they were bones, I understand, at the time. But he was concerned enough to call and let us know that he found something that we should look at.
Do you know why he started digging? I mean, was he suspicious of his father, or did he?
I really don't know at this time. All I can tell you is that there must have been some type of suspicion, but he did check location in his father's yard, and it just went from there.
Now, do you anticipate any more arrests? Because I mean, her car was found in Putnam County, and to get a car there and then to get himself back, you would think there might be a second person involved.
No, we have no indication whatsoever right now that there's any other individual involved. However, the investigation is still ongoing, and we will leave no stone unturned, but at this point, there's no indication anybody else was involved.
Did they say how her car got there, though, along the interstate?
That's part of what we're trying to do is track down how her car got there. He has given us some information, but we have to verify some stuff on that, and we'll have to let the facts lead us where they go to. So, it's still early in the investigation on that.
How about a criminal history?
Things happened pretty quickly here today. I mean, did it seem like he wanted to get this off of his chest?
Not really. When our detectives picked him up, he was cooperative, came down to talk to us, but initially was not cooperative as far as actually what happened. And when our detectives talked to him and indicated that we possibly had found the body, he indicated that he indicated to us what had happened, and or at least what he tells us that happened.
Was there a motive? Is he given a motive?
Not at this time that I'm aware of.
Did you say what date he killed her? Did he kill her on the 24th?
Anna, do you know, did he give a date on that? I haven't heard. It was either the 24th or 25th. Rusty, I'm really not sure exactly which day it was yet. We'll know more after they get finished talking to him.
He's worked at Kelly's for a long time too.
I don't know how long, but my understanding is that he was working there at the time that she disappeared, and he was working as of today when we picked him up at Kelly's Moonshine.
First Sergeant Bayless, what can you tell us about the state police's role in this investigation?
This morning about 11:30 we received a 911 call, and it was concerning a possible body that was discovered in a shallow grave. When Trooper Severa arrived on the scene and determined that it did appear to be human remains, and actually it was excellent police work on his part. He made the connection when he discovered that the property owner worked at Kelly's men's shop, that there may be a connection with Miss Goble's disappearance. And he contacted the Sheriff's Department and got them involved right away because he was aware of the hard work and the many hours that they put into this investigation.
Sergeant, I'd heard that there was a sinkhole kind of in the yard or some, and the son, I mean, there had been some discussion about that, and the son just kind of went exploring. Would that be accurate?
Well, I don't have all the details as to how he discovered it, but it's my understanding, too, that his son was the one who discovered the remains.
Was it the 2-year anniversary that may have sparked that search, or that reason that he would want to look?
I just don't know that at this time. We're still on the scene, and we're going to have the Smithsonian involved in this as well to excavate the body.
And what specifically did you find? Did you find her entire body or just certain parts?
I haven't been informed.
Sheriff, can I ask you, are you still confident in the investigation that your guys have done the last couple of years?
Oh, absolutely. I think our guys did a fantastic job all the way around because they worked many, many hours. They've been various places out of state on tips that we got that she may be in different areas around the country. We've gone to numerous places out of state, all type of places in state. They've questioned literally hundreds of people in this case, and I'm really proud of the way the guys work. And today, within just a short period of time, they were able to confront him and get a full, what we believe to be a full confession off of him. We're still going to verify some of the things that he says, which is part of our investigation. But no, sometimes things take a while, and we never gave up, and we'll never give up. On all of our cases, no matter what the case is, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's tonight, whether it's 6 months from now or 10 years from now, we'll never give up on this because we know how much it is for the families involved, and we want to bring. I don't know if the right word is closure, because I don't know if there's ever really any closure of something like this in your family, but we want to bring it as close to that as we can for the families. So we'll never give up.
Getting the news as you get it, so the reaction is still pretty fresh. Until now, nothing has been 100% confirmed that it was, in fact, her. But for the past couple of hours, we've been operating with that assumption. It's kind of, everyone's happy that there can be at least some sort of closure to this, but it still takes away any other option that she may still be alive and will come back at some point. So that in itself is sad for everyone in the family.
And obviously that was the hope, right?
Absolutely. There was hope that she had just gone away on her own and maybe got overwhelmed and went somewhere on her own. But until today, that hope was still there. But now everything's been confirmed. That hope is gone.
And then to hear who is now committed to the crime and who they've arrested for the crime, what's your reaction? Because you know him, right? I mean,
well, that's shocking to me. The people that work at Kelly's have been so supportive, and every time I go to Kelly's, Christy asks if there was any news or how the family is doing, and everyone just seems so concerned. And to hear that someone that works at Kelly's was involved in this is shocking. I talked to this guy about a week ago in Kelly's as I was shopping one day, and I would have never suspected him to do something like this. Oh, Kathy was a wonderful, wonderful lady. I've been friends with her son Jason since I was a child, and I've known her since then. I have a son myself, and we would go to Kelly's quite often, and as soon as we would walk in, she would pretty much ignore me and just take him, and they would go play. And so, she loved children, and she just loved people in general, and she was always happy, and one of the nicest people I've ever met. And that's one thing that makes it a little more difficult to understand why somebody would do this to her.